What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay, and welcome to the GBA. And what other way to welcome y'all than with a team builder before the battle? So before I get into it, we're gonna preface this. Me and my opponent accidentally, of course, played at level 100. So these calcs and EVs are set to be played at level 100. Next week we will be playing at level 50. So just want to address that, just in case there's any confusion, or you're like, wait, why is the EVs like this? It's because they're for level 100, not 50. So forgive me. And we'll do better next week. So without further ado, we're going to get into the team builder. First off, you can see what my opponent has the potential to bring. Their team is Dragapult, Iron Moth, Scizor, Enamorous T, Hippowdon, Iron Hand, Serena, Ursaring, Mesprit, Rotom Frost, and the Water Tauros, aka the Aqua Tauros. So first off, we're going to go ahead, and the first one is going to be, as you can see, Tornadus, Therian. We are timid nature with Regenerator with heavy duty booties. If you can see, we literally are the fastest thing on the field if Dragapult is not on the field, because we outspeed their whole team aside from the Dragapult, which is awesome. So we are a timid nature to do that. Just because there is Iron Moth and all that stuff, we can't really run a Spatak boosted nature or any other of that sort, just because it's a little, we could get caught by the moth. But also we do have an extra 20 EVs that I did not put on the slide because I didn't even realize that I accidentally left them off of my set. So that's just me being a silly goose. But we do have 248 HP just to be a bulky little Torn, because we can get in, take a hit if we need to, get about and help get that health back, because we do have access to Regenerator, and of course we have the boost, so that way we don't get whittled down by rocks if they do come, because Hippowdon and Mesprit are their rockers. They're both pretty reliable and they can get them up if they need to. We have Spatak just because it's nice for a little bit of extra oomph, makes a little bit of difference with rolls between like a 3-hit KO, a 2-hit KO, and etc, etc. And then the speed, of course, we're speed creeping Iron Moth. So Torn is kind of just here to be a nuisance and glue. We have U-turn with, and then Bleak Wind Storm. We have Heat Wave for Scizor as well, just to hit it. Bleak Wind Storm hits literally everything else, and Heat Wave also nice for the Rotom. So we also have Taunt just to stop any potential rocks or setup opportunities, because they do have quite a bit of setup in Pult, Agility Iron Moth, Swords Dance Scizor, Calm Mind, Dual Dance, Enamorous T, Swords Dance on Iron Hands, my bad, too many Iron Mods. They also have Ursaring that could click rest, so we could get a taunt off on that. They also have Mesprit that can get up rocks, spread status, all that good stuff, and then bulk up and stuff on Tauros. So it's just nice here to kind of stop any of those things from happening if we do need to stop them. Next up, without further ado, we have the second mon on our squad, Urshifu Rapid Strike, hitting super duper hard with a choice band. We are a jolly nature because we couldn't afford to be adamant, because Rotom quite literally is right there, and it's right underneath our speed tier, and we can't really touch adamant. But we do have Jolly, and that's more than enough to hit, because if you look at Urshifu's dual stabs and surging strikes in close combat, the whole team does not appreciate getting touched by either of those moves. So of course, we also have access to U-turn just in case we want to pivot instead of not click something, and we also have Ice Spinner to try to catch a Dragapult, to try to catch a Serena. It can also hit a Nam, but surging strikes in close combat for the most part are what we're going to be clicking, because it hits like a truck, man. There's literally no switch-ins. Of course, in my head, maybe the only things would be like maybe a defensive Iron Hands, could also be a defensive Paldea and Tauros, because with Intimidate and whatnot, it could be helpful. And then of course I'm fearful of Rocky Helmet with Surging Strikes, but we're gonna find out what is Rocky Helmet and what's not. Hopefully there are no helmets brought, but we do have 168 speed because we are speed creeping a Rotom. We have max attack at 252, and then the defense and HP are to help tank a Power Whip from full, I do believe, from Serena. Also, it is nice just to be able to tank some hits better from like Ursaring, Scizor, and Tauros. So yes, that is the science behind the Urshifu. Next up, we have the fastest Gardevoir in all the land with a Choice Scarf modest nature. So what we're doing here is we are speed creeping a Dragapult that is speed creeping, a Tornadus. So Tornadus is the fastest thing on my team, so Q has no reason to be max speed Dragapult because nothing threatens his speeds here. So he can literally drop all the way down to Torn and be fine. So our Scarf allows us to speed creep a Dragapult speed creeping Torn. So that's why we're going to be able to run a modest nature here. Of course, if Q is running any more speed, we won't be able to catch him, but I'm hoping that this speed creep comes through, because modest hits like a truck, because it's just so nice with Gardevoir's massive attack stat. And then we have the speed to, like I said, outspeed Pult, And then if you look at their team, part 2, Psychic Moonblast Dual Stab of Gardevoir looks amazing. Literally nothing handles it aside from Scizor. And we have Mystical Fire for Scizor if it does so come. And we also have Trick as our last slot to try to be a nuisance if we need to get rid of it to stop any like bulky mons from being annoying, or stop any setup opportunities from any of their mons. So Gardevoir is going to be here. For the most part, we're just going to be dealing big old damage. I'm excited to see what she can do. Hopefully she comes up clutch. Next up, we do have our Terramon, our Terra Captain Skeledirge. If you don't know, we do have the options to Terra into Terra Fire or Terra Fairy. We are modest with the Unaware with a Kebia Berry. The Kebia Berry is for if we do Terra, it's nice to be able to soak up a hit from Iron Moth if we do have enough HP on our guy here. I wanted Skeledirge this week to be an overall tank, 248 HP. We have defense and Spadef. We also have a modest nature, try a little bit more harder than normal because we do have access to Torch Song, which gives us the +1, and then modest, you know, we can hit stuff a little bit harder. It's a tank. It's literally a tank. It can take up the hits and dish them out as well. So the speed is for any like little speed creeps that he's hoping to get with maybe like Iron Hands or Enamorous, because that would be a little bit annoying. So we do have a little bit of speed, and then we have Slack Off and Roar as the other two moves. Slack Off to of course keep healthy, and Roar to kind of phase anything out if it's a threat that Dirge can't handle, even if we do have Unaware. So that is our Terra Captain. Hopefully he's going to be able to put in some work. But next up, we do have Corviknight, which is just a huge defensive tank with an Impish Nature, Mirror Armor, which is nice for the potential Tauros with Intimidate, so we can bounce that back. And we also have a Rocky Helmet. So if you look at their physical attackers, Dragapult does not appreciate him if he does choose to run a physical Pult. Scizor doesn't appreciate it. Hippo doesn't appreciate it. Iron Hands is the only like threat to Corviknight, and then they have Serena, which doesn't appreciate it. Ursaring doesn't appreciate it, and Tauros maybe can handle it depending on their set. But we have Bulk Up, Brave Bird, U-Turn, and Roost. U-Turn for if we want to get momentum because they realize that they can't touch core, and then Bulk Up of course so we can set up alongside any like physical attackers are in there if we need to. And we have Roost to stay healthy, and then Brave Bird to hit, because if you look at their team, Brave Bird, the only resist on their whole entire team is Rotom Frost. So that's why we have U-Turn. If they do opt to bring Rotom Frost, we can get up out of there and go into another threat. So Corviknight is going to be that big old defensive wall that hopefully gives Q a really hard time. And then last but not least, we have our Sandy Shocks with a Calm Nature with Photosynthesis, of course, because we can't run anything else with the Assault Vest. So what this is meant to do is to try to be like a soft check to Special Pult. It can also help with Iron Moth. It can also help with Enamorous, and also Mesprit. Not Rotom, of course, because I mean, granted, we do stop the Volt Switch shenanigans because he has to think about it. It's a 50-50 every time between clicking Volt Switch and Blizzard for him. If we do have to go into Sandy Shock, so that's a little bit annoying because the 50-50s, I hate them. But we do have enough Spadef to not get two shot. I think Choice Spec Shadow Ball on Dragapult. I think it's either a 3 or 4 hit KO, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I checked these spreads, but the Spatak on Sandy Shocks allows us to two hit KO Pult, which is great. And also, I believe, could potentially OHKO a non-thick Enamorous, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't remember. But the Spatak is mostly for Pult, so that way we could two-shot with Earth Power, so that way if Pult does hit us hard, we can hit hard back, and then it's in range of being killed. That way, we kind of have an exchange of deaths there rather than being lopsided and not being able to 2 KO Pult. I wanted to have a 100% chance to do that. And of course, 248 on our guy, because I do emphasize an odd number HP to take less damage from rocks and whatnot and help rolls, yada yada yada. But that is going to be the whole team. Without further ado, let's get into the battle. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay. We are here with week 1 of the GBA, going against none other than my homie, my brother, my triple tech companion, Q, the Costa Rican. So he's the coach of the Chicago Dragapults. This is week 1. As I said before, I'm very hyped. I'm very excited because the GBA is finally here, and we're gonna celebrate it with a game against the homie, which is kind of sucks, but it's bittersweet. But we see Dragapult, we see Iron Moth, we see Rotom, we see Iron Hands, Ursaring, and whatchamacallit, this thing, what's the turtle, the Enamorous T. So interesting team. He didn't bring anything with rocks, which is awesome because we didn't bring roots. We didn't bring boots on our whatchamacallit, on our Croggy. I think Torn isn't a terrible lead as long as he doesn't lead like Rotom. The Rotom does look a little bit scary, but we do have Scarf. I mean, if it's Scarf Rotom, then obviously like Gardevoir doesn't handle it, but Excalibur looks kind of great this game, low key. It's tough lead. I can just lead Torn. If they do want to Volt Switch into, if they lead Rotom, it's so problematic. It's just a problematic mon for my team, in all honesty. I'm gonna lead Torn though. We're just gonna lead Torn. I'm gonna throw it in the bucket and see what happens. We have Dragapult though. I need to write some of this down, make note of it. Thanks to my homies, battle editor. Shout out to CB Marcus. Shameless plug. Gotta shameless plug the homie. But I gotta write down all the mons. So we have Dragapult. We're gonna see what he wants to lead with here. He does lead the fridge. Darn it. I literally have a habit of like calling the lead and then not like not adjusting to it. He can go for free ice move here. Honestly, don't know how much that would do. Blizzard looks like it would probably do a lot if it is offensive Rotom Fridge. Rotom Frosty. Blizzard quite literally can just take us out. So part of me kind of wants to go into this thing, but that's kind of scary. Is it Scarf though? That's the question. I guess this is a mid-ground play. We'll do this. We'll go on to Crikey, see what this thing wants to do. If he goes for T-Bolt, so be it. If he goes for Volt Switch, so be it. I don't know if I'm in focus or not. I think I'm in focus now. I'm right. It's manual focus, not autofocus. So then go for Blizzard. Nice. We're going to be able to eat that. No problemo. Nice. I think what I want to do is just slack off here, try to stay healthy, because if they aren't choiced, then we'll pick up that information here, because they should just Volt Switch, if anything. So we'll get information that way. But we know this thing has Blizzard, of course. Rotom Frost. I mean, well, we're going to write down Iron Moth first. Iron Moth. And then Rotom Frost. They're going to withdraw here. They're probably Scarf, if I had to bet. What do they go into here? Ursuffering is going to be Ursaring. Okay, makes sense. We're going to slack off here. Now what we can do is we can go Corv. I honestly don't mind going Corv here. He didn't bring the Scizor. He didn't bring the Tauros. He didn't bring Mesprit either, which is all good. We see Ursaring. And then I'm still making note of this man's team. Enamorous T. And then I forget what the last mon is. Ooh, doubles, Iron Hands. Do we see Iron Hands? Oh, he goes into this thing. All right, so he's making doubles. Do I want to go back into Crikey? Because I could. I most definitely could. But we know this thing is probably choiced. It's little 50-50s though, because like I could go on to Phase, but Blizzard is just like so easily clickable, because ice moves are just one of those things that are problematic. Excuse me. So we'll see what this thing wants to do here. I'm gonna go for another Blizzard. Not gonna connect, which is great. So now we're just gonna go ahead and go for a nice little Torch Song here and get Chip on the potential Ursaring, which is great. I don't mind that at all. He did, like, I mean, he went for Blizzard though, so it's not like the worst. It didn't matter too much. So your Suffering is gonna come back out. Should be Big Mama though. If y'all know, you'll know, because we have Ursaring in another league. It's gonna do 0, but that's fine. We're gonna boost our Ship Attack, which is great. We're gonna go on to Corv again. Because I mean, if he doubles out in the Rotom, so be it. So we're gonna switch out here. Ursaring's at like 90%, I would say. Maybe like 90%. I doubt they go for Body Slam. They just go for EQ. All right, fair enough. I'm gonna U-turn here. On the potential something. I mean, I could bulk up. What even comes in here, Rotom? Because if I switch out, what do I have to take the attack? Is what I guess I could go into Urshifu. So I'm gonna U-turn here. Does he go for Body Slam? Is the question. Because like, what would he even go for? Because I don't want Urshifu to get paralyzed. Because looking at his team, like, Urshifu can kind of click buttons. Urshifu can easily click buttons here. Because they Body Slam, that's, I mean, we can take the hit, no problem. But I doubt he would even go for a Body Slam though, because it is a Urshifu. I mean, it is a Ursaring. I mean, it's a Corv. We have a Corv. So I'm gonna go for Bosco here. And if he Body Slams, then he Body Slams. So be it. We'll see what he wants to go for here. He does go for Body Slam. Don't do it to me. First one. Come on. First one, bro. Never lucky. Okay, so we're gonna go for a close combat here. We could even go for a Surging Strikes, because it's kind of free. Like, nothing wants to take a Surging Strikes. Granted, if it's Rocky Helmet Iron Hands, that's gonna be a little bit annoying. But I'm just gonna go for Surging Strikes. That's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate, the first one. So he's gonna withdraw here. I guess I could have clicked U-turn as well, but chip on something is kind of nice. Glamorous is gonna come out. It's gonna be a Nam. Yeah, that's definitely a Nam nickname. Are you Rocky Helmet? You're not Rocky Helmet. Cool. So that's gonna be big damage, very big damage. Is that lefties? That can't be weakness policy. We are paralyzed. We should outspeed you unless you're like max speed. Which, I mean, if he's max speed, why would he be max speed? That's defensive, 52 to 66. If you're not defensive, let's see how much you do. 77 to 87. I think we outspeed this thing. I really do. Go into this. I feel like this is a solid play because, like, if he wants to go into Iron Hands, it covers that. And we can Volt Switch on that. And he doesn't have, like, a Volt Switch immunity. So I kind of want to see what this thing wants to do. Because if he stays in a Moonblast, then so be it. He's gonna go for Draining Kiss. Okay. So he might have speed, honestly. Might have a smidge of speed. Might have a smidge of speed. Do I want to Volt Switch? I could Volt Switch because if they go, actually I can just Volt Switch. I think Volt Switching is fine. So we'll just Volt Switch here. Really sucks that we got the he got the para. I guess I shouldn't have risked it, right? I guess I shouldn't have risked it and went out to Skeledirge as like a mid ground to see because he wasn't gonna Earthquake again, and Paralysis was like the only other move he would have clicked. So I guess I could have just went Dirge and then went back out into Corv. But I figured it was a good time to get damage. I mean, we got damage on this thing. Granted, he's getting it back with Draining Kiss and whatnot, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We know this thing is lefties as well. I just can't believe first body slam, but I guess I shouldn't have just risked it. I shouldn't have risked it knowing how important it was. So that's just my bad. I'm gonna Volt Switch here. Oh, it's gonna live on a sliver. It's gonna live on a sliver. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We can go on to, I'm going to Bird. I think going Bird is fine. What are they going to go for here? Calm Mind in my face. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. I think we outspeed this thing. They could have enough speed for the Corv, but I doubt it. I'm going to U-turn. I don't know if we kill this thing. Because, I mean, it is an Enam, but it's like very low. So we're going to U-turn here. Get up out. Gonna do 0. I guess I should have Brave Birded, actually. So that was another, like, it's tiny little things, tiny little things. Do I want to go into Issa Phase again? I suppose, right? I suppose. Suppose not bad. I should have just Brave Birded though. Gonna Earth Power, good play. We're gonna be tank that though. Gonna do 0. Gonna do 0, which is great. I mean, it still did a chunk. Still did a chunk, don't get me wrong. But it's gonna be fine. We're gonna Volt Switch here. And just be able to switch up out of here. Granted, we did take quite a chip on this thing. We could have just Brave Birded with the thing and then been fine. So we're up out of here, which is cool. So Enamorus goes down as I swallow water for a good amount of time. So Enam is gone. 0 health. Cool. We can go into Torn. That does invite in the thing. If we go U, what does that invite in? Not the Moth. Pretty much invites in Ursaring. I don't mind that. If they go Iron Hands, that's fine too. All we've revealed so far is whatchamacallit? Torch Song. So that's awesome. So this thing is dead and gone. Dead and gone. Ursaring is like 90% maybe, I think. And we know that Rotom Frost has nothing but Blizzard and is most likely Choice Scarf. Has to be most likely Choice Scarf for sure, bro. So this thing comes out. I could easily just stay in Terra, but it's probably not the best thing to do. Like I could stay in Terra, but then that just opens up Iron Moth a lot. And Iron Moth is very scary, like for my team. So like in all honesty, I kind of want to go Torn just to see what this thing is. Cause it could be like Specs or something. And it's not gonna be DD in my face, that's for sure. There's no way. You're not DD in front of a freaking thingy. So Shadow Ball comes out. How much is it gonna do? Are you Specs? That is most definitely Specs. We could get up out of here. It sucks because we could be able to eat that hit if I didn't do the Earth Power shenanigans. Do I need Torn for anything in particular? Not really. I don't think we need Torn for anything. I'm just gonna opt to Bleak Wind Storm here. Yeah, I'll just opt to Bleak Wind Storm. They're gonna Shadow Ball. They're gonna take out our Torn. So that's unfortunate. But I think we can easily go on to Sandy Shocks. Shadow Ball won't KO. Earth Power will do a lot. And if they go into Rotom, then so be it. So be it, so be it, so be it. So we lose our Torn, but that's fine. We have this a phase here. And we're gonna go for a nice little Earth Power. Like I said, if they go into Rotom, then so be it. Yeah, but the Rotom is annoying because like, and then the Rotom plus the Iron Moth is what the annoying thing is. And I played poorly around the Enam a little bit because I didn't have to U-turn and go into Sandy Shocks. I could have just Brave Birded. Like there was no reason for me to U-turn. They're gonna have to stay in, which is huge because we're gonna be able to tank this, no problem. Unless they crit us, which is actually big because we actually ate that hit, no problem. It does 25 to 30. That's so annoying. And do I like risk Monroe here? We know it's locked in a Shadow Ball. I'm gonna go into Monroe and see if we can outspeed this thing. We're gonna trace whatever ability this thing. That's so annoying, bro. It's Infiltrator. It's Infiltrator. It's Infiltrator. Surprise. And we're gonna go for a Moonblast here. Because we know this thing is like Choice Specs. It's throwing off Choice Specs damage. Question is, do they outspeed or not? Because I feel like they're just speed creeping Torn. And so I'm speed creeping that. Granted, we could just lose our guard here, and then that quite literally could just be the game. And it is what it is. Dragapult doing Dragapult things, but like the crit matters because damage on the pole is nice. So they're gonna withdraw here, cool. Maybe I should have just done that, scared him out. Ursuffering comes out. We're gonna fire off a fat Moonblast here, which is nice. So Moonblast is gonna come off. Big damage, not big enough, but big damage. We can go on to Corv. What would they even go on to? Rotom? But they have to go for like a rest here, no? Because what can I do? I could be a little bit aggressive because if I go into Corv, then it's maybe not the best of plays. But yeah, it sucks. Maybe I should just went guard first, but it is what it is. We go for rest here, yep. So now what we can do, right, is we can just click Surging Strikes. We can just click Surging Strikes because nothing's gonna want to come in and take a Surging Strikes. Granted, Iron Hands maybe could outspeed, but nothing wants to take a Surging Strikes. Yeah, we're just gonna click Surging Strikes, because why not? Sucks that we're paralyzed, but so it is what it is. It is what it is. I will say my blunder was not clicking Brave Bird on the Enam. There's no reason for me not to like click it. I didn't have to U-turn. Like Brave Bird was always the play. So that was like a blunder on my part. I saw the low HP. I was like, oh, U-turn, but I should have thought about it a little bit more because then it cost me health on my Sandy Shocks. But now he's gonna switch into Urshifu with Iron Hands, I assume. Oh, Ham Sandwich. Ooh. I wish I went for Ice Spinner, but this still should do a lot. Unless that happens. Okay. So see, because like, oh, imagine if I got the Earth Power off, and then imagine if I did that, then like they can't do that. Bro, this is so annoying. Because like the problem becomes like I have nothing to break the stupid thing. Oh, that's so annoying, bro. That's so annoying. What do I even do here? I have to sack something. Because if I sack Corv, is that bad or good? Like Corv is good for the Ursaring. If I lose that thing, maybe I'm okay because I have Urshi. I just go into Corv. It's so annoying. Like it's so annoying. Like that's so annoying. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Shadow Ball comes off. Yep. And we'll see how much this does. Probably 2 KO. There's a 2 KO. We're gonna Brave Bird. Oh, this is so frustrating. This is just frustrating. Cause like, what can you do? 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 Now I just have 3 miles left. I'm a little bit frustrated. I'm a little bit frustrated between the crit on the Shadow Ball, between getting paralyzed and then getting paralyzed. It's like, bro. We have to Moonblast here. It's our only play. Because if they go into Ursaring, so be it. They might stay in, which would be dope. They're gonna withdraw. Fine by me. What do we do here? We see the Ursaring. We're gonna go right for a Moonblast here. Now he has all the momentum. Like there's nothing I could do. I'm just like there's nothing I could do. It's just so frustrating, bro. It's so frustrating. Like it's just so frustrating. Like it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, bro. It's just so like, oh. So we're gonna withdraw here. See what happens. I'm just. Oh, I hate this. I hate it. Do we see them withdraw? Nope. Cool. Can I get a rest turn? That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Can I get a rest turn, please? Can I get a rest turn, please? Now I get Body Slam with the Sleep Talk boost. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. We just go for Surging Strikes again, because if we Surging Strikes the Dragapult, I guess we go for Ice Spinner and hope that they blunder, I guess, right? I think Surging Strike is always the play, actually. They do go, wow, they just go right for Dragapult. That's crazy. Because this thing could be dead. There's like, it shouldn't even be a switch in. Maybe I should just went for Ice Spinner, actually. Now I'm just playing mad. Now I'm just playing mad. So we're gonna be able to get that off. They're gonna go for a whatchamacallit here, and there's quite literally nothing we can do. Yeah, sucks. Sucks. It sucks. Because I don't think there's any way we can come back from this. I'm not seeing a way. I am not seeing a way out. Like it's looking very dim. Looking very dim. It's gonna be like Skeledirge versus the world. And I guess I should just click Ice Spinner, but it's just, bro, I'm just like just aggravated. We can go for Psychic here. We don't have to go for a Moonblast. We can just go for a Psychic, even though Moonblast is our strongest play. But in case the Iron Moth wants to come in or something, we can just go for Psychic here. So boom, we're gonna be able to kill the Polt, which is great. Boom, nice, perfect. Fire. So Polt is dead, which is awesome. He knows we're Scarf. What happens here? What happens here? He can go Ursaring for sure. Iron Moth could come in as well, but we do have Dirge with no Terra, which is awesome. Ursaring is about like, I don't know, like 80 health maybe. And yeah, so, I mean, it's not impossible. Dirge looks great. Dirge does indeed look great. If I had one more Mon, I should have just clicked Ice Spinner, honestly. So this thing comes in. He could Volt Switch. He could for sure Volt Switch. I kind of want to see how much this does to my guard. Blizzard could to a KO, but he has to land. Volt Switch doesn't do too much. So like, do I need health on this? I don't need health on it to do anything, I don't think. We're gonna Psychic here. I'm pretty sure this thing is Scarf though. He opts the Volt Switch, that's fine. Not gonna do much. He has no like Psychic. I mean, he has to go Ursaring for the Psychic switching. So he's gonna get more chip, which is great. Granted, we don't have the best of switchings because it literally is Dirge. It's quite literally Dirge. And so we're gonna Psychic here, which is fine. Does damage, not enough though. I have to attack again and hope he gets a bad roll. That's what I'm gonna go for. That's what I have to do. Get a bad roll, please. We get the Spadef drop, which is great, but I mean, it's gonna KO regardless. Just please, just game, please. Just give him rest. Just give him rest, please. I beg, please. Thank you, game. Thank you. We got one slice of justice. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. We're gonna Psychic here. That's big. That's awesome. Woo-hoo. So we're gonna KO the bear. Ursaring is down and out. So we're not out of it. We're not out of it, right? We're not out of it. We're still quite literally in it. Only thing now is Rotom from this range can 2-hit KO me. So Ursaring is done for. Guard is looking great. Scarf Rotom is annoying. Because what do I do here? They can't kill me from this range. All right, so they can't kill me from this range. I go for Psychic, and then I can swap out. I think I do Psychic, and then I switch out. I think that's what I do. Because he might Volt Switch again, predicting me to go into Dirge. No, he just goes for Shadow Ball. Ooh, good solid ground play. Will that KO me? Doesn't KO me. Okay, so we're gonna Shadow Ball here. Big damage. Does that KO? It shouldn't KO my Dirge. 43 to 51. Shouldn't 2 KO my Dirge. Should not 2 KO my Dirge. So we're gonna withdraw here, because Guard can kind of win. Guard can kind of win. So we're gonna go to Dirge here. And what I think I have to do, I think I have to Terra. Don't get the... All right, cool. Because if I Terra, then it's like, Because now I'm just playing with Spadef drops. I'm gonna Psych off. Because they might withdraw. Because they could. They most definitely could. They're gonna have to stay in, okay. We should be fine. No Spadef drop, we're gonna Slack off here. Awesome. Shadow Ball does that much. If we're Terra Fairy, doesn't do anything. So I think I have to Terra Fairy here. And I'm going to Slack off again to stay as healthy as possible. And, they obviously, I think they would swap out first. So we're gonna Terra here, which is fine. I think it's pretty fine. Maybe I should have clicked Torch Song, Shadow Ball. They get this Spadef drop now, which is a little bit unfortunate. We're gonna Slack off here. That is a little bit annoying. We're gonna Torch Song now. Because if the Moth is booster energy, then it's gonna be annoying because then we definitely can't win. Then up to Shadow Ball, okay, cool. So this is gonna hurt a little bit more than it should. That does so much. We're gonna Torch Song here. That sucks. That really sucks because that Spadef drop is gonna matter in how much we can take. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I didn't mean to hit the camera. Not the camera, the mic. Because it's gonna matter how much we take from this thing, this Iron Moth. Because we are Kebia Berry. We don't see booster energy. We can just go for a Shadow Ball. Or what the play might be. We are -1 Spadef, but we are Kebia. Sludge Wave. It just kills. It doesn't matter. Oh, that sucks. Because what I want to do in an ideal world is like Roar. Because if we weren't -1, we'd be able to potentially take a hit. Because how much HP do we have? 203. Yeah, we would be able to take a hit potentially. That sucks. My best play is to Roar. Because would Guard be able to take this thing out from full? Gardevoir would be able to take this thing out from full. So my best play is to Roar. On the off chance we live for whatever reason. But it's not going to matter because we are going to indeed die. As my camera goes out. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. So like Saki half my team to Polt was not part of the plan. It was not part of the plan. We should be able to take this thing out though, because we didn't see any booster. If it's Scarf, then yep, got me. Nothing I can do. So we're gonna Psychic here. Cool. We should be able to bop this thing hopefully. Please. Nice. So depending on his Iron Hands investment, if he's not AV, we should be able to bop this thing. As long as he's like not AV or something, or doesn't have any HP or something, even though he probably could quite literally. If we had Moonblast, we'd have a better chance. But we have to go for Psychic here. Maybe get a big juicy crit. Come on, guard. Big juicy crit. Big juicy crit. Let's go, guard. Let's go, guard. Let's go, guard. We pull a 1-0 dub over the homie. What a hacksy match, bro. What a hacksy match, bro. I called it. It's not hacks if you call it. You heard it here first. It's not hacks if you call it. So we got a 1-0 dub against the homie. Shout out to Gardevoir. Oh my gosh, yo, she put the team on her back. Marilyn Monroe put the team on her back. But GG's a Q. That was literally such a hacksy match. But if you guys like this video, if you're hyped for GBA week 1 battle, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. And if you are new, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below. And also make sure to check out all the lovely coaches of the GBA down in the description. But for ado, I am your boy Jay. I'm gonna get about your hair, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.